not just from the political point of view to the legal point of view. Joining us now is the former Additional Solicitor General of India, Vikas Singh ji. Vikas Singh ji, namaste. Your thoughts on a common civil code for Bharat. Are we ready?
So, as far as the common civil code is concerned, I feel that India definitely is ready for it. But it has to be by the consultative and the, route by which you take everybody on board and convince them, because there are certain very essential features of uniform civil code, which nobody can object to. For instance, marriageable age for children, or for instance, inheritance right of a girl getting equal as the boy. So if you take everybody on board and have a discussion with the so-called intelligentsia in every religious group and take them in dialogue, I'm sure they will all agree. And this kind of a law, according to me, should be passed again by sensitizing the political parties that we are not trying to make Hindu religion or a Hindu Rashtra, but we are only trying to bring in those features of a uniform civil code which are can be said to be universally accepted and can be said to be in some way or other some fundamental rights of every citizen. So that is the only way to go forward, and according to me, we are definitely ready for it, but it should be fine-tuned to ensure that we don't trample onto any essential religious functions of any religion in doing so.
No, but that's for the centre. But the state of Uttarakhand, only today we had the expert committee that's been appointed by the Uttarakhand government, led by Justice Ranjana Desai, that they are ready with a draft of the Uniform Civil Code that could be implemented in Uttarakhand. Now, we've had some access to some salient points, and do you think it could be part of the contours of a UCC, that the marriage age of girls is raised to 21? All marriages have to be registered if you want to any of the government benefits to accrue to you. Teen talaq, nikah halala, biddat, all of this is now gone. It's gone. Equal rights as far as inheritance is concerned, male or female, and equal say in divorce, husband, wife, however it is. And if there is a feud over custody, then the grandparents get the choice and get the preference. What are your thoughts, sir?
So, Anand, if you look at the underlying feature of all these recommendations, these are basically to protect the, the female gender from any form of exploitation, and to give rights to the female gender in any matrimonial relationship or even in a live-in relationship. So I don't see any one of them, transgressing, or if, for instance, this triple talaq or polygamy. All this will be acceptable, because if you talk to any, sensible Muslim, he also is not agreeable that there should be polygamy in society. Although they assert that it is their right and we should not be asked to not do it, we ourselves may not do it, but they don't want it to be curbed. So polygamy probably may not be something which can be forced upon unless they all agree. But the rest of it, I don't see anything objectionable where anybody can say that anybody's any particular right is, or their religious freedom has been taken away by these laws. So I think that's how the fine-tuning has to take place, but it has to be done slowly, with dialogue, with an open mind, and there should not be any element that just because I have a majority in parliament, I'll go ahead with the law. That should never be the attitude, I would say. I mean, you may have the majority, you may do it, but the attitude should be that no, we'll do it only if we have a proper debate and we have the right people, all agreeing that this should happen for the particular community.
Do you believe if UCC is implemented in Uttarakhand, it could become a template for the rest of the nation to follow? And could the government aim for the monsoon session of Parliament to introduce the bill?
I don't know whether it has been done with the consultative process in Uttarakhand or not. If it's just done by a law because they have the majority, I don't think that will be correct. And I think it will be better if the parliamentary law, if at all it comes, is not rushed in this monsoon session, but it is it takes its own time, and they start this debate process and call all these people and have their views, penned down, and then ask public opinion on that and go a little slow on this. that will be. I don't want a reaction to start in the country and communal flare-up to start. That will not be
But why
desirable
should there be a
under
communal
any
flare-up?
circumstances. You'll be achieving less and losing more if there is a hostility to this exercise.
No, but why should there be a hostility? And it is a consultative process, Vikasji, because in Uttarakhand itself there are more than 2 lakh responses, oral and written. And overall, pan-India, there are nearly 10 lakh responses that have already come in nationally. So why do you think there should be a communal flare-up to a common cause?
So Anand, these kind of communal flare-ups actually happen because there are vested interests who actually incite a communal flare-up. And now when do the vested interests get an opportunity to, sort of rage these kind of issues and, rage public opinion against a particular move? It only happens when there is less of information floating around. So the more you are able to let people participate and more you have debate and more, sort of like even TV shows taking up these issues, and the more you have a uniform, informed public, the more informed public we have, the more chance of there being no communal flare-up. So according to me, although it's a very good move, but what will happen is if it is rushed through, like you've seen what happened to the farm laws. I mean, most of it was definitely beneficial to the farmer, but the way it was rushed through, it felt as if there is some, design, some agenda of the government, hidden agenda which nobody knows about. And that is why, this huge protest, etc. happened. So I think if you don't want that to happen, you have to go a little slow and have more of debate, have more of opinion. The so-called intelligentsia in every religious denomination, let them give their views, and then bring in this law. So I think that according to me will be politically the right way. Legally it's you can do it even now. I mean, you can do it in this monsoon session, but politically I think it will be better to do it the slow process than rush it through.
All right. Thank you, Vikasji. Thank you very much for your thoughts. Let's hope that the process is consultative and people understand the importance of having equal rights across the board. And it's going to impact positively everybody. Does it have to be well thought through? Yes. When we come back, we turn the